If you've been listening to my audios, you've been paying attention to the fact that I speak a lot about leveling up. Once you find your universal purpose, I've stated that it's not going to leave you alone because it was sent to you from universal force. And once it's there, it's there. So everything that you considered normal in your life has suddenly changed. So it's going to be required that you level up or you're not going to have a moment's peace. So you ask yourself, what are one of the things that I notice when I do level up? What type of behaviors are going to indicate to me that I am leveling up? How do I know that I'm leveling up? And I'm going to tell you one of the first and obvious signs is you notice that you find your focus on things is different. Situations and issues in your life and lives of others that were once important, they're not important anymore. Let's say you have a relative and they're going through a bad marriage. I'm just using that as an example because it could be numerous things. Bad marriage, they could be going through financial problems on a consistent basis, whatever the case is. Now, you know this person has been struggling with this bad marriage for years and years and years and years. And they've had their ups and downs, whatever the case is, and they've had their reasons for, not leaving the marriage, whatever it is. And, everybody has their reasons, so I'm not passing any judgment. But the thing is, it's been going on for a long period of time. You've been privy to it. And you pretty much gotten to the point where, you used to worry about it a lot, especially when they were in the heightened sense of excitement because of something that occurred. You would find yourself worrying about it and praying over it and things like that. But once you find your purpose and you level up, you find yourself feeling a little less affected by it. And I don't know if it's just because of the repetitiveness of the whole situation or because your focus is simply elsewhere. See, we all have a certain amount of mental and emotional energy that we are allocated with every single day. And it's our job to dispense of it properly. Okay? And we have to decide where we're going to put our energies in. So let's just say before you were worried about somebody who struggled through school, or you worried about somebody who had a substance abuse problem. You found yourself, praying and struggling and, ruminating over it and trying to do all this legwork and research and everything for them. You spend a lot of time and energy out of concern for that person. Well, that's because you didn't have a universal purpose then. Here comes in the universal purpose, cape and all, And it requires a lot of energy and time because you realize that purpose involves helping people who are really ready to be helped. And a lot of those cases you were dealing with before, you were dealing with people who struggle with those issues partially because they didn't have the courage to do anything about it or change anything. It was always a constant repetitive problem with them, a constant repetitive issue. And there has been no progress in their situation at all. So, when the universal purpose comes in, it helps you rechannel that energy towards something that gives you a result. I'm going to give you another case in point. Let's say that you were involved in a so-called relationship with a guy and you obviously have more feelings for him than he does for you, and you want things to go along, and two of you have been vibing for a year or two, kind of hanging out. He's satisfied with that, you're not. But the thing is you'll hang in there anyway because a part of you hopes that it will change. Well, then you decide that you're going to go ahead and you're going to, you receive your universal purpose, and all of a sudden you've got this project, and I want to call it a project, that you're working on that is part of what you're here for. You finally realize what you're here for, and you encounter a lot of people who have interest in what you have to offer and who are willing to invest in you, whether it's attention or money or time. They're willing to invest and support that. So because you have that feeling of ongoing support from people who barely know you, that provides you with a benefit. The outcome of that is much bigger than the possible outcome of something that may or may not happen from the relationship. Me personally, I would rather be involved in something that I know I'm going to get a result from than to be involved in something where I don't know what the hell is going to happen. That's just my preference. It's like a guaranteed win. When you are working on something that you know that is going to help people, and then you could see the fruits of your labor, you can see the fruit growing on the vine, you can see it falling off the tree, and you can put it in your hand. If you can see, why would you turn around and give that up as opposed to something where you don't even know what the hell's going on? Why would you? And that's what happens with your energy when you level up. Your focus shifts from things that don't have a result to things that do have a result. And the funny part about it is once you start working on your purpose, you start seeing results immediately. It may not be as fast as you want it to be, but you start seeing results immediately if you put your energies in it like you're supposed to. It's not going to be any waste of time. And you're going to start getting support from places you didn't think you would get support from before. More than likely, it's not going to be from the people that you think it's going to be. You're going to start getting noticed by people who didn't even know you existed. And the thing is, you didn't go into your purpose just so you can get noticed. You went into your purpose because you wanted to provide help to someone. You have a sense of compassion inside of you where you want to help society. And you want to provide a gift. So that product or service that you have is life-changing. It doesn't matter to you if 1,000 people or 1,000,000 people check in to what you're doing. As long as one person is helped that day, you're cool with that. Because you are that confident in what you have to offer. You're not on that superficial level. You just want to know if you reach that person, if you change that person's life or their mindset just for a little while, one person. That's all you care about for that day. That's all you care about for that week. And as long as they're making changes for the better. So when you have that mindset of productivity, looking and expecting to receive the result, not just wishing for it, not just hoping for it, not just maybe. You already know what you're doing is going to produce a result. You're going to spend less time involved and concerned about situations where you don't know what the hell's going on. And that's just the truth. So that's the first sign of you knowing that you are leveling up. And if you're on this path, like I said, you have my full support. If you're trying to look for your universal purpose, you still have my support because we're all at different places in this thing. It's a process. Anything worth having in this world requires a process. And we all have to endure some type of mental and spiritual growth in order to achieve things to another level. It's required.